Good morning, everybody. This is Eric Hayden in the garden this morning. Fabulous morning here in eastern North Carolina because we actually had some rain. I don't know if you can tell from the pine straw, it's a little darker. So things are looking much better. Had about an inch of rainfall overnight. Got up early, did some weeding. That's the one thing, it seems with any amount of rain, the weeds seem to go crazy. This is going to be a pretty quick video. A couple of days ago we started making compost tea. This is what it looks like after 3 or 4 days. Some of the alfalfa, compost tea, alfalfa tea, some of the alfalfa will rise to the top, but usually before I apply it, I just give it a good stir. This stuff does stink, especially after a couple days of sitting here. So I give it a good stir. It's pretty much ready to go. You can see the water versus a couple days ago has that darker green or brown look to it. One thing I do want to mention, I have not strained the solution in the past. So I just did one as an example. So what you'll get is there's still a lot of alfalfa, the grass itself left over. So you can just dump that into the garden. I haven't had an issue before, and then anything left over I'll fill up with water again and make another batch. But what I just tried this morning, and it actually worked pretty well. My son has, I'll definitely have to clean this out, but my son has some butterfly catchers. So any type of netting like this, a fine mesh would work really well. So I put it over the bucket and then I poured the water in it, and that's what I got out of it. You know, a lot of the pulp from the alfalfa pellets and cubes I have. So what I have left is strained alfalfa tea. So that I'm going to try that because it is kind of it doesn't look great on top of the bed, all that alfalfa left over. So I strained it this time, and again, that's what you get left over. I'll do that to all these other buckets. I'll pour it into another one, put this over it, and that worked pretty well. And then I just poured the solution from here into there and strained out the alfalfa itself. Then, since I'll have some buckets with leftover pulp in it, I'll fill those back up and reapply in the garden in a couple days just to use everything I've got. So that's about it. This morning, before it gets too hot again, I'll apply the alfalfa tea. Again, I did roughly a cup to a cup and a half per 4-gallon bucket. So that's roughly the 8 to 12 cups the American Rose Society recommends in the article per 30 or 32 gallons. I'll apply roughly 1 gallon of solution per plant and then call it a day. We had a lot of rain yesterday, so my plants are well hydrated, and you should see a tremendous amount of growth here between the liquid fish emulsion and 20-20-20 I did, and then also the alfalfa tea, which should be in a pretty good stretch here going into the middle part of July. Hope everybody has a great 4th of July. Appreciate you subscribing to the page, and as always, comment below. Do you use alfalfa tea? If you do you strain it? You just apply it as is? Any tips we'll certainly share with our viewers. Have a great 4th, everybody.